Ben Howland is sending. Ben Howland has set the rules of how this game's going to be played. He really did in the first 4 or 5 minutes. We are going to pound the ball inside. Can Kentucky hold up? Wow. What a move by the clock. Dante Allen has to keep making hard scoring cuts. Drive it to his side. Brooks right at it, and he finds Jackson, and he uses it. Lead is 9. Molinar into the paint. No, tough pass, and Jackson. Hold up, Clark, the alley-oop for sure.
Right, Martin told us earlier today, biggest concern for him, rebounding and keeping Isaiah Jackson, who has the ball now, off that offensive block down the stretch. The key for him and for Kentucky, keeping him on the floor and out of foul trouble. Shot in and out from Bryant. Jackson quickly up with it. He knocks it down on the floor.
Yeah, just an explosive physical guard, and a guy that can get himself to the free throw line, which is a big part of this ball game, according to Frank Martin. Can you get Kentucky in foul trouble, especially 23 and white?
Boston the drive. It ends up in the hands of Jackson Coy in the floor, and 4 points. Good pass, Toppin and Jackson. He was met at the rim. Good defense. Second time with a follow.
Good Alabama sitting there as a 2 seed. Arkansas right now a chance to move up to a 2 seed, depending on how well they do next week in Nashville.
Askew drives. Jackson, that's deep, and that's too deep.
Prior to this season, he's a Hall of Fame coach, but he knows 8-14 isn't acceptable. And there's no guarantee at Kentucky. The only guarantee at Kentucky is the expectation that you're supposed to win and the pressure that you feel. And I think the conversation will go deeper as we need to wrap this up and move on in terms of, are we making sure we're getting our kind of guys? And again, do we have a break?
Got it. That's defense into offense. And Ole Miss by 5.
Yeah, that's all Devontae Shuler, man. He drove that thing into a crowd, but did not force it in the crowd. Instead, the kick out to Jarkel Joyner. Sometimes, like it is for Kentucky, that's a 19% three-point shooter that's already busted a couple on him.
Boston, the penetration, nice play.
Just rolls him over. That's an easy call to make. Kentucky now with his guards
back
up
to
top.
That active 1-3-1. Worked in the first half. This time it's Isaiah Jackson. That's too deep.
Coach, you're there tonight.
7 of 11. Deion Brooks finds Jackson in the paint. So hard to stop.
Against, I salivated for the next opportunity to make him in.
Boston up and under and tipped in.
He's a 40% career three-point shooter.
That's his 45th of the year. Here's Boston on the other end, rattle one out. And I called him in the tournament.
And then you got him in the tournament, yeah. So they would have, I think they would have been a tournament team last year as well, Brad, but certainly looked to me to be in the bracket fairly solidly at this point.
Jackson on the drive, lays it up with the left hand.
Trying to get a great shot, get a good shot. Be sharp with your cuts and your passes and get right into your action and attack. See, this is being on your heels.
Here's Jackson playing with 4 fouls, but trying to go to the rack and does.
There you go.
Good hands from behind there by Boston to trigger that defense.
Johnson lost it. Mintz threading the needle, and the layup is good, and a foul. Vescovi, the Euro. Inside Gaines, no.
Jackson's got one down the other end, though.
But he's banged up. He can still go up and lay it in, but he doesn't have the year graduate program.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
He could be back next year for Kentucky.
I think after the first 10 or 11 minutes, I'd take him back in a heartbeat.
Kentucky this year has not fared well against ranked teams. 0-5. Rising up, jump shot is pure. Isaiah
Indicator of his defensive prowess in terms of being able to block a shot. Even Fulkerson at 6'9" didn't go after him.
Get into a set here with Brooks. Boston a little outside his range. Jackson gets a touch. Jackson one-on-one, baseline. Oh, the crank!
Time for Dessou. Farmridge starting 5 for both squads. First for Kentucky, Askew, Mintz, Boston, Jackson, and Sarr. Again, the story of late has been Brandon Boston, who has really picked up his play. Askew, alley-oop pass, and there for the finish start. Dessou on a tray.
Yeah, and I think Scottie Pippen Jr. might have to get a little more selfish here and call his own number. You know, 6 of the last 7 games Vanderbilt has played in, Mike, Scottie Pippen Jr. has only...
A start to the game as Scottie Pippen has had all year. He's been one of the most consistent players in this league in scoring and assists.
Vandy staying in that zone.
Jackson turns and fires, little mid-range with 72% free throw shooter, splits the freebies, and the lead is down to 10.
Yeah, Vanderbilt can keep this thing close to single digits going into halftime. They're going to feel like that's going to be like you said. They took a punch from Kentucky early, and now they're just hanging around.
Well, we know on the knock on Kentucky this year, it's not that big.
I mean, you know, he's Scottie Pippen Jr. Oh, that's a pretty.
They tried to toss it into Flanagan. Turnover. 5-2 lead for Auburn. Jumper doesn't go to Mintz. Rebound and slam.
In the last 4 minutes of a game, they've had chances to win 3 or 4 games just recently in the last 4 minutes of games, and they did not execute real well. So they have to get themselves in a position to battle back. They're only down 6, so in pretty good shape. There you go underneath, finish it off.
And they get the buck.
Sometimes the guards will cheat and head towards the other end of the floor. He's helping out with the rebounds.
Boston the pillow. Follow goes to the rim. Kentucky is 5 of 6 on threes this half. They lead it 50-45.
And boy, when you see the ball go through the hoop, don't you look a little bit more confident at the offensive end?
Turn 58 Kentucky. Mintz is open. Rebound, foot 4, tip in, slam down.
He's an interesting kid, Vano, because can knock down a 3 ball, can really look at him just inside, just defensively, just completely can take away vision of guys, even when he's 6-7 feet away.
Jackson going right at him, and he had that ball deflect.
The floor now with Sarr at 7 foot, Jackson 6'11", Topham at 6'9" across the back. Good active
by
hands.
Mintz. Boston, there you go, the alley-oop, and Jackson flows it. Yeah, it's just one of those things you just don't see, so you got to let the people just enjoy it.
Driving. And Calvin wants, there you go, driving.
Good play, Isaiah. Kentucky only averages 5.2 made threes per game, 318th in the country. They've already made 2 triples early, and turns out it wasn't a dream.
Who's that wacko? Who's that wacko? Oh, man. Bucks 38-34 over the Chiefs. And I will be there celebrating.
Yeah, it'll be a really interesting chess match to watch. I think we're just talking about it off the air.
2.4 fouls for 40 minutes.
As you've heard me describe Jackson before, just put him in the game and say, man, go. You use your motor and just make plays. Don't worry about anything else. There you go.
Like 2 days ago, and then yesterday morning, 6 times. We got that big game in the Big Ten coming up. And it's interesting, they mentioned the Florida loss as we're back here with a 63-56 game. In the SEC, unless you're Alabama, you cannot have a bad night and expect to win.
I don't believe they have.
Not from the 3:47 mark, which is when we came back from commercial.
Driving. There you go.
Well, simple little touch without the ball. 3 possessions in a row, scores. Come on now, you got a little pride, man. Play some defense.
They've got Mintz a ball fake into the paint, and there is Isaiah Jackson. Feels like
Provis did a good job. You know, when I see those 4 letters, I get like goosebumps, Carl. UCLA. Oh, wow.
Sarr goes to the bench. The athletic Isaiah Jackson back in the game. Askew's really been a facilitator. Devin Askew has taken just 1 shot. He missed it. There's Jackson baseline. Got it.
Nice looking shot by Jackson.
Now on the floor for LSU.
LSU going to press again.
Double team Askew. He dribbles right out of it. And here comes Brooks. The alley-oop. That worked well. That size of Jackson. It's an 8-point game. Mintz open 2, no good. Jackson, great hustle, picks up the offensive board. Now he drives and throws it down.
As I'm on the 2 line, blew out LSU in Baton Rouge. Must admit, I didn't see that coming. Florida blows out Tennessee in a shocker. Down 3 starters. And on Saturday, a nice top 25 matchup for you between Mizzou and Tennessee. I have to think that was the aberration.
Evaluation at Georgia with Tom Crean on the players that he wants, and I think he's proven that you can come to Georgia, you can get all the things that you want. Look what Anthony Edwards was able to do last year.
Yeah, #1 pick in the draft. I mean, nowadays, if you're talented, they're going to find you no matter where you're going to school. Nice alley-oop. Thought about it, took it, and missed it. Askew around the ball screen. Inside Jackson. And Jackson gets it sailed last year at Wake Forest. 3rd-team All-ACC performer. And then Sarr the rebound on the other end. Askew to Jackson. Jackson lays it in. Ejected by Jackson. Boy, is he a great rim protector. Askew all the way. No, Jackson is there. Kentucky shooting 55% of the second half. And a big possession here as we near the 2-minute mark. Jackson got it.
You want Gary, the benefactor of that. They penetrate the paint, and they make good passes interior.
And they really know how to look for one another. They know when people are on the floor. They have good awareness.
Wildcat defenders, and then just flipped it over his shoulder, and Reese knocked down a 3. They all make 3s.
Reese has really been a big, as kids like Clark and Boston had from the moment they arrived on the campus in Lexington.
See where he collapsed on the floor. He was hospitalized for some time, but it's so great to see that young man back and a part of this program again.
Oh, absolutely. And he was the best returning player in this conference this year. They're going to miss him, but it's great to see him on the sideline cheering his.
Game that's seen a play stoppage because of a net issue inside the O'Connell Center.
Into another turnover.
Look at the second effort and the finish. He's not the guy to do it again.
Right now, he is definitely the front runner for this award, without question.
Now, can he take home a Naismith Award like you did yourself? You took home the double-double that year, back in 1988, right?
Yes, 88. I believe he can. He's having a terrific year, and he continues to improve.
That's a deep Iowa team. They get perimeter scoring in addition to what he can give you down low. And on the perimeter himself, Fran McCaffrey's team a force in that Big Ten.
Yes, they are. A nice strong move. Rip through to the baseline, finish with the up and up.
Now if they can convert it on the other end.
Ejike Obina enters the game for Vandy, matched up with Sarr. 7 foot versus 6'10". Here's Boston with a touch. Sarr, nice look. And Isaiah Jackson inside.
On it, which this year is a good thing. Askew, nice move in the lane, just popped out. And then an and one.
Scoring game between these two. Williamson with a runner rejected by Jackson. That's what he does best.
Give it back.
And he did.
COVID-19's caused a nightmare, obviously, for some, but we still at least got some good basketball. Oh, good offensive rebound.
The potential guy for Kentucky going forward. We might be seeing it right now in Terrence Clark growing up in this game. Offensively, he's in a groove. He's attacking. He's under control. Had a couple of turnovers.
Isaiah Jackson, one-on-one runner.
Good ball movement by Georgia Tech. No resistance by Kentucky defensively. The drive, the baseline hammer pass, easy high wing reversals.
Isaiah Jackson, that's good.
Second half. And this is a Georgia Tech team. Remember now, they came back with 4 starters from last year's team.
Team by 20 rebounds.
Abaji knocks down a 3. He's got all 5 in the early going for KU. Sarr, nice little shovel pass, and the slam is
to the Vital Bulldog Index Hall of Fame.
I thought the award was going to be surviving 25 years working with Dick Vitale. I thought that was the award I was going to be getting.
Oh, man.
Clark inside, and the lane is good for Jackson.
And we haven't even talked about Dayton. They got some key players back, but they don't have this.
Christian Brown with his first points of the night to get Kansas back within 10. Jackson on the block. Over Wilson, left hand, and he gets the bounce. Now Sarr going right at him at the other end with a jump hook. Too strong, got it back. Staying with it, can't finish again, but the tip is up and good.
They're back to the basket as young guys. Not getting deep post touches. This is what I like. Get Sarr the ball on that left block, let him elbow.
It'll be Jackson with a strong move.
In Big Blue Madness, and he's a slender kid, Boston is, but so far now, he's been able to play through contact at a pretty good level. Kentucky opens that floor to start with offensively with no post player on that low block, so driving angles are there. What a force.
Wow. Jackson coming up. Step back jump shot. That's going to be well wide. That missed by Davon Cooper. They need him to make some shots. Kentucky looking to run. Fletcher again. You mentioned his ability to go north, but what does it present to you right now? Sarr double team. Kick outside, jumper on the way, well short. Offensive rebound taken and put back.
Defensively and rushed up the floor at the ball. Allowed his guy to backdoor cut at the rim for a wide open.
With the absence of Detroit Mercy, who couldn't come to this event as scheduled because of COVID and contract tracing, it'll be Morehead State taking on Richmond on Sunday. Pull up, jump shot, step back by Jackson. Needs a bounce and get